Like,
Well,
look, I've had the side of my head has been shaven skin since I was like probably 12 years old. So it's just I can't. It's a lot for me
you're
to
like,
even.
I haven't like had it another way. This is what I
Yeah.
prefer. Like truly.
So I was starting to be able to, when I was losing my fingers in my own hair and the side, like going through the sides, like, yeah, I need to go trim. This is not good.
I was just going to say, wow, audience, so special. By the way, I hit the live button. Ryan got a haircut for you guys.
I did. I got a haircut. Yeah.
It also gives me a chance to hit the share button on all these fun situations. Someday I will have this all figured out, but instead everybody gets to figure it out with me.
I can help you out with some of that. I'm a
Are you offering free labor right now? Hold please. Don't ask if you're not going to be part of the team of me. Oh, 3's here. Oh my goodness. Wait, you are here and I've been trying to call you. Well, like in my head, wanted to call you or message you. And then today's just been whatever, but wait, hold please. Look what I forgot. I pre-ordered and came in today. If you can't read it, it's The Wings That Bind. It's number 3. I forgot it. This is one of the fun dragon books we like. It's a Dragon Academy and all the things. And book 3's out right now. I had no idea. So I'm actually like excited because I was currently reading this guy, The Challenger Sale. It's good, but it's not exciting. And hold please. All these books were holding up my microphone. So I have to put them all back. But I'm really wishing, and maybe you have a book recommendation. Welcome to the podcast. We do what I want. I'm looking for some sort of like, I don't know, business-oriented strategy, team vibing, whatever situation that has been published post 2020. I'm having a hard time with that, right? Like I'm seeing a lot of books about discussion, right? Like, oh my goodness, let's write a book about how we're, indebted to the process and not the people of the world anymore, and all this crazy research about it. So I'm like, cool, but what am I supposed to do with all these things? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to post comments from my friends. Cherie says, welcome to our dragon world, everybody. I really would rather be, maybe not rather, but I think in my head, if someone was like, oh, if you had $1 million, what'd you do today? I was like, I'd be a book talker. I can talk about books all day. Erica is here. She's my new internet besties, and I know you know Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
hi,
Matt.
guys.
What's up, man? Long time. I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Me?
No, Matt.
Matthew?
Yep. He's a hard man to get a hold of.
Screenshot this, Matthew. There's my stink eye, my quizzical stink eye. What's happening? It's attractive. Adriana's here too. Fun, the Paradise adult gals. Not only does it like perfect that they're already on the Paradise team, they're gonna be in this slot next week. So that's gonna be super exciting. And Mr. Skinner says, just call him.
I'll give you a call, man.
I have his phone number now. We're not just messaging back and forth.
So he loves my nuts too. Oh, like he was all over my nuts last time I saw him.
Oh my goodness. We're just going to go FKN Nuts today. Isn't that the best title? I don't know if you guys get to see the episode.
Are we allowed to say what it really is, or do we have to be PC about it?
No, because I hit all the check marks to say that this is adult content, and I get shadow banned anyways. It's actually become a really fun game of me getting flagged. And then me saying, the sexual wellness creator, or like, right? I was like, that's not explicit. That is a box of condoms or whatever. And then they're like, oh, we're so sorry. So I'm getting back. The in between has been crazy.
Social media itself, and I know we're going to get into this later, but social media in itself is just, it's so troubling. Honestly, it's censored. It's constantly changing with algorithms and what you can and can't post, but they're posting it. So why can't you do it? Well, because of X, Y, Z.
Oh, I'll tell you what. It's now that I pay for the blue check mark, right? I am paying homage to the meta gods. It is much easier for me to say, hey, that's not a nipple, that's my elbow. And somebody actually looks at it versus, a lot of times nobody even looks at it. Cam thinks you're literally the easiest dude to get a hold of in the industry.
Oh, Cam's amazing.
Matthew, are you being mean to Rem, asking where she is? Is it mandatory to watch my show now? This is exciting. Yes, Rem and Adriana we're gonna be hanging tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Wait. Also, what do you guys think of this blazer?
I think it matches your background to this.
Right? Which AI made. I was like, make me something sparkly in black and gold. Have we figured out what my brand is yet? No, not yet. Okay, because this is exciting. I'm testing this blazer on for everybody because I have access to mom's closet, and she has all these cool like vintage power suit situations. So
there you go. Rock it.
Getting ready for altitude. Cherie says leadership, strategy, tactics. Jocko Wilco, begin with W.E. Kyle McDowell. Oh, okay. See, she always has good book recommendations for me. Blue check makes it easier. Oh, and Erica knows so much more about social media than me. So I'm going to pretend she's my social media boss. And she says it does make it easier. Oh, Scott, what's up? Good points about social. We didn't even really start the show yet, but it is started. Okay, wait, let me be a professional because I write some things down sometimes. All right, here's where the clip starts because trying to learn Instagram, right? So, you got to engage the audience. So maybe like swoop on in, right? They say, and I go, oh, hey, hello. Welcome back to Tuesdays with Tori. If you're new here, I'm Tori, sales director at Paradise Marketing, but also your resident condom termer. And apparently my latest evolution, which is I've decided I'm going to become the RGB LED ringleader too, because why not? Somewhere along the way, I accidentally helped my boss launch the world's first fully customizable RGB LED leisure product line. Woo! That's the Illumination series.
I mean, talk about a conversation that went stale last year. Like
condoms or LED lights.
Just product in general in the adult industry, right? It's so saturated.
Like, how about just business? There you go.
How many different wands can you have? How many different rabbits can you have? How many different and then boom, here comes
add one more to the mix.
Well, but see, that's the thing, right? Here comes you guys, and then you come out with something that's completely unique.
Did you even get real life product yet? Elaine, you made it.
Ridiculous. Like it's genius.
Well, thank you. We're still trying to get the word out there. I think that's like my biggest struggle right now. Also, my boss is a very lovely human, but he's a Scorpio. So, this is great, but also where's more? Okay.
I actually was a Scorpio, so I fully get it.
But we work well together because I'm a diplomat. I'm a Libra, a September Libra. Okay. What I hate about showing this on this camera is like the light's so washed out. But like, we gotta remind me. I gotta bug Chris to have him send you some because like everybody that gets like hands on the product, which is also why I cannot wait for Altitude coming up. They're like, wow, the quality just insane. A store today even told me, they were like, oh, well, we can't wait to see it, but like, yeah, our concerns are, is it going to be gimmicky, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, that's like, you're already sold. It's just been so much fun.
Oh, yeah, no, they're phenomenal.
Oh my goodness, Adriana, I can't have you have this. Oh, and Erica, she says Scorpios are the best. Oh goodness, you guys
can't disagree with that one.
Okay, well, so with this Illumination series, we've now got the Paradise Pleasure product. Ha ha! It's 3 Ps. If you get it, you get it. It's PPP. So if you've been watching the show for a while, congratulations. I don't have blue ribbons or certificates yet, but we can get there. But you've officially been along for the entire glow up. Literally puns. And I just want to thank the audience here because, when I first started doing the show, I basically was just talking to what I call the ether, at least was pretending, this interwebs, hoping maybe one person, 2 people might just be randomly inspired to watch something that was not a doom scrolling rage bait news clip. Right. And then people talked back while I rambled. So here we are moving on 3 years. And I never imagined you guys would talk back so much. So thank you again. You guys show up, you show up in the comments, you're sending messages, you're asking questions, and now I have to keep doing it. So keep participating. And so what's cool is I get to do things like, if you don't know Ryan, I get to introduce you to Ryan and, you know, like let people know we're not alone. Anyways, that's my new intro-ish.
Hey, look,
so
if
here's
it
the
works
show.
for you, you know, you and your community, that's all that matters, right? Like the hardest thing to get a community in general is getting that engagement. You could sit here and have the best content in the world, and if you're just not engaging with your community, then it doesn't go anywhere, right? And that's kind of
We're learning
strategies is, you could have one of the best products in the world, but if nobody knows about it, you're not going to sell it,
right?
I
don't disagree. So that's where the phase we're in right now. So if you guys have ideas, want to be part of my army, do we call everybody the Illuminators? Dun, dun, dun. The Illuminati, right?
Ooh,
but I spell it with the
I probably want to stay away from that stuff as much as possible right now.
Okay, so thank you to all my Illuminators. Label what you're doing, Tori. Okay, thank you. Erica said so. She's my boss. Blah. I've been thinking about you all weekend because I was watching lots of Taylor Swift stuff. We'll talk about that later. Thank you for coming. Okay, so Ryan here, he brings over 20 years of web development, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on any of the things. Oh my goodness, shit's gone crazy. Excuse me. 20 years of web development and marketing. You've worked with a bunch of Fortune 500 companies. Andrew was going to be here, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention. He's a parent first, and that's priority. So I didn't mean to tease you with that, but that is what happened. Welcome to the live show.
He's a good dad, so you can't blame him there.
Oh no, priority, 100%. So together you guys launched the new brand called, what do you say? Do you not say fucking nuts? Because I just say fucking nuts. You have to say FKN Nuts.
It depends on the crowd, but look, it is fucking nuts. When you taste the product, it's fucking nuts. Matt can attest to that. Cam can attest to that. They've tried it firsthand themselves. But with the different crowds, it's FKN, it's Fire Kiss Nuts. We've been told that we don't know if this is just going to move. The name is just so aggressive, and that's what we want. We want different. We want bold because we're different and we're bold.
It's okay to target your audience.
Yeah.
Oh, look who made it. Hello, Miss McGregor. Kate's here. I know she was on an airplane and she was all, I'm going to miss it.
Yep, Kate loves my nuts.
Everybody's obsessed with your nuts. We're going to talk about that, but we're also going to rewind a minute.
Yes.
Because I'm going to give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself. And I'm going to remind everybody that if you're like, I know this dude, why are they talking about nuts? You probably know him and Andrew from our sales floor, working in pure envy situations. So unfortunately, the industry has been the industry, and the adult industry is not the only industry that's been impacted. Obviously, vape has been impacted too. So we're also going to talk about how awesome and all of Ryan's fun skills and abilities, because I'm going to suck it up in my little brain. But also we're going to be honest. We're going to be vulnerable. He's going to let me talk about it's shitty going from layoffs to now I'm running my own business. That's a lot of change. That's a lot of evolution. That's a lot of energy, in the good and the bad of it, right?
It is a lot. I tell you, I thought I lost sleep before, building a brand for another company. And now I'm, it's me. I told Andrew months ago, I was like, man, the only one's going to fuck this up is us. So, we need to make sure that we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's and pulling out every single trick we've got over the years. Because
wow,
it's do or die time, baby.
Goodness. But that's also a lot to demand of two people.
Yeah.
At least I know I'm feeling it. There's seven and a half, contractor, maybe 8 people that work for the entire Paradise team. So that includes illumination, and that includes the Paradise marketing side with all the condoms and stuff. And it's not enough it's too much for 7 people.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I mean, social media itself is a full-time job in its own. you know, and you can't ask somebody else to do that. Plus, you know, all these different hats. It's just too much. The job itself demands too much. You know, the constant updating with algorithms and you know, just checking everything. And
no, but it almost seems like an impossible cycle sometimes, right? I'm doing the thing, right? I got all the degrees. I'm kicking ass, right? There's no one on here right now that's not going to be like, oh man, that Ryan guy, he really didn't do what he said he was going to do, right? Test me, audience. Tell me otherwise. You could do it now. You can DM me. I'll tattle on them later. But right, like your reputation precedes you, but it's still just, people are not. At least I'm convincing my brain, this is science. No one person is meant to take on all the responsibility we are taking on, right? Not just in business, but in our, you know, VP, executive, director, management roles. It's a lot. And then to have someone in your, at least I'm struggling with, like, I've got things in my head, I've got a vision, but to communicate that to somebody and like allow that to now become your social media is something that's been hard for me to cross. I'm all like, product. What is this? You know, now crossing of like understanding social media when social media is not just like a trade mag.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like you've got all these different, like I said, with the social media, you've got all this different stuff that demands your time, right? And if you're trying to be the CEO, you've got to figure out how to manage everything all at once. You got to keep your eyes on certain things, otherwise, you know, people start stealing, or they start doing this, or they start whatever, you know. You've got to constantly micromanage things, but it's very, very difficult to do so when you've got a small team or, you know, a demanding industry.
Yeah, that part. Many hats.
Yeah.
In this, well, I mean, I guess on the scale of things, this is a small industry. I don't find it small at all. But if we're talking you know,
the adult industry itself is comparatively small, you know, towards some of probably like the vape and smoke industry. You know, I mean, it's massive. I mean, there's so many different brands and flavors and mods and this and that. I mean, it's just.
Well, and I think what I found very surprising about just some of the crossover, and you know, there in a lot of ways it does make sense, targeting right vape users and sexually active people. You know, it's one in the same audience, right? But
for whatever reason, they don't talk to each other. They don't like each other. It's the strangest thing. Like, but I know shop owners before we got laid off, like. She was so happy to get rid of the whole entire vape part of her business, and she went just green and adult, and she's killing it now. You know, her new slogan is glass, grass, and ass. It's fantastic. You know,
I love it.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then to come from like, and I'll just say it, I was part of a wave of people that were, you know, surprised to be let go at the end of 2020. And I'm probably still recovering from it, right? Because I'm a total Gold Star addict, if you guys didn't know. And like, I'd never even been like written up at a job before, and to be like, I'm here and now I'm not, right? It took a lot of time. And now I just have to, oh wait, I have a banner that does the claps. I gotta do a celebration and a clap for you, because not only have you shown back up and started your own business, and you're still going to do the stuff, but like, I'm sure you're doing some of this in fear, and I'm trying to also push myself to do some things in fear, and just you've got it going on. So I'm going to celebrate you. Good job.
Well, look, scared money doesn't make money. You know, you've gotta you can play it safe all you want, and you're just going to end up another individual, you know, in the cog of life. Or you can decide to be different, and you can stand out and you know, put foot to ass there and do something about it. You know, like when we got laid off, I was kind of expecting it, to be honest.
Which is also disheartening.
Like, it's, you know, when you're at my level in the company, you have a lot of private discussions about what we need to do, tactics, this is coming up, that we need to do, you know, XYZ, right? So we were able to kind of prepare and plan, and just knowing that is kind of what pushed us to launch FKN because it takes X amount of time to start kind of gearing things up, right? Like you're not going to go launch a summer product during the summertime, right? Like that doesn't make sense. So
you've already missed the window.
We knew that there were some major holidays coming up. We needed to get our product out there and go with it. So it really, everything kind of worked out, honestly. Like we got laid off. We're like, well, shit, we're blowing up.
It was almost like the push you needed, right?
It really was. You know, Andrew and I, we're kind of complacent. You know, we knew that at some point we were going to have to leave. Our boss knew that we were going to have to leave at some point, but you know, we weren't really ready for it. But you know, the moment that it happened, like, you know, I'd already been talking to several other executives in the industry and just kind of seeing where I, you know, may fall and so forth. And so the moment I was a free agent, I put the call out, and you know, P3 allowed me to put that post up in that forum there. And, you know,
well, you're back now.
Yeah, and here we are, you know, and the community has just continued to prove that it's just wonderful. You know, I mean, that's I can't ever say enough about the community. Honestly, I love the community.
You guys are the best, and you win. And I make a show for you.
Yeah.
What else do you need? I do it for you.
We went through everything. I was like, wow, it's all about us today. Okay.
Heck yeah. Why not?
Cool.
Well, welcome to my show, where we converse about business, but also, you know, the real shit here.
I love talking about this stuff. Like, it's a game for me.
Well, and that's also kind of what I wanted. I know, I miss it. Maybe that's why I really started this, is sometimes you don't always get that like witty repartee. There's not so much like just have a conversation to have a conversation, because we just communicate differently. Right. Oh, yeah. But I wanted it to feel like nobody gets enough time with the people they want to talk to and be inspired by or mentored by or whatever at the trade shows. Right. We get to talk and catch up maybe a little bit, but then you don't get to have like an hour-long conversation to like, you know, scratch your brain a little bit. Because I don't know about you. I don't have any physical coworkers here. They're all either in dog form or book form. So this is also like, how else am I supposed to stay sane?
I hate working from home.
It's, you know, it's a beautiful thing and it's an awful thing, especially since I've moved to North Carolina and I don't have like local friends. So I'm like, I just work and go to the gym.
If I had some property and I could take a 4-wheeler out, you know, on lunch break, I'd probably be okay, you know, but I gotta socialize. I used to be
You started a business.
I did. And I can't really isolate myself. I want to get out there and talk to people. I want to see if my product's made it to the store yet, or which I know it's going to now, but you know, I want to get out and talk to people. I want to advertise. I want to do things and, you know, just live.
You know, life is meant to be lived. And I know we're all scared right now. There's a lot of scary stuff, or like the business has been completely turned upside down. If you've been watching for the last 3 years, there's proof. Like people cannot do things the way that they did. Definitely not pre-pandemic, but definitely not since, you know, the drop of 22. What you were doing just 5 years ago is not going to service you the same way.
No, not at all. I mean, everything's constantly changing. You know, even I mean, part of the reason we got laid off was because the web design graphic industry is on a downcline. You know, AI is killing us.
I was going to say, is that an AI thing? But also I find AI to be, I don't know, in my opinion, not saying that I don't use it, but it's only as smart as you make it. So
and that's the problem, right? And you know, like I know how to use it like a professional and to use it properly, but there's owners that are like, oh, well, I can just replace my entire design team with this AI. Like,
no, you really can't. Have you guys tried to actually get what you want out of AI?
Yeah, it's
difficult. It's great for me to hand over to you, the actual designer or somebody, to be like, this was kind of my starting point, but it's still not what's exactly in my head.
Yeah, it's a good concept, you know, but you still have to be able to take that art or that design or whatever, make it a certain type of file type, get so it's scalable, printable, everything that you need for it. You can't just, it's not a copy and paste, you know, and so when you're trying to pinch pennies and save money, and you know, you look where you can cut costs, and one of the first things to go, and this happened to me back in 2008, you know, is the economy crashed and marketing's the first to go. You know, we already have a product, we don't have to advertise it, they're gonna buy it. So we go. you know, because it already works. I don't have to do anything else, you know.
Yeah.
And in about 3 to 5 years, you're going to have what used to take a team of 10 doing it. You're going to have one guy, and it's going to be ran by AI in about 3 to 5 years. It's there, and it's web development, design, video, everything. It's all going.
Well, then what I find is we learn how to do these things. And then instead of replacing jobs or like, you know, using it as a yay, not smarter, not harder, it just becomes you have to use it and you know, do half crap because now you got more responsibilities on you.
Well, look, I mean, you know, FKN's website, all right? It's built on one of the #1 e-commerce platforms, you know, Shopify. It's just what
Might
it is.
have heard of that. I don't know.
The best there is, in my opinion. BigCommerce is good as well, but Shopify is solid.
It's still solid. That's good to hear.
You know, when you're like, I've been developing, sure, but all this code is changing and it's getting better and they're shorter and there's new tricks and trades. And, you know, the last couple of years I've been off starting a brand. I'm managing a division. Like, I'm not coding. I don't know the latest and greatest. So, you know, FKN is 90% custom. And I've hand built that, and some of it I had to go to AI because I didn't know how to achieve it now with this new technology. If I was hard coding it back in HTML, you know, CSS, oh, that's easy. I can do that all day long. But with these new platforms, it's you've got to do certain things, and you know, the AI knows that Google's got certain security settings and Safari's got this and you've got this, and it's really becoming an unfortunate necessity.
An unfortunate necessity, like tampons.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just came out of my mouth, but it did. It's true. It's one of those like, or someone was talking to me about it. They were like, well, it's kind of like when Microsoft Windows stuff came out. Nobody was using Excel,
Yep.
right? And now everybody's expected to use Excel.
Yeah. Yep.
The people who didn't know how to use it were the ones that fell behind. So it's like, you guys almost have to use it at least enough to not let it take you over.
Yeah. You're right.
Tori says that sales and marketing should never be cut.
It shouldn't be. But, you know, I guess it really depends on the type of business that you run too. You know, if you're running a product like mine, you know, I'm a snack, right? I've got to advertise. Otherwise you're not going to do it. But if
you got an expiration date too.
Right. So I've got to constantly move. But if you're selling like a service, you know, you just got to keep kind of putting money into what's already working, and you can keep doing that. You know, I'll get old quick. So it's really industry specific, I think, in my opinion, on how you kind of have to handle what's going on in your own industry. You know, in the vape and smoke industry, our boss made the best call to make sure to stock up and do what was coming, because there's a ban coming this day and then it's not coming this day and the industry doesn't know. So you know, as a distribution level, you've got to make the right stock choices so that when nobody has it, you've got it, right? So, and marketing at that point is not important. So you cut that and invest in your stock. So it really just depends on your industry, honestly.
Yeah. Like what's the strategy? I feel like I say that to Chris all the time. Okay. I'm like, what's the end goal?
Yeah.
Are we looking for followers, or are we looking for do you want followers or do you want performance, right? Like, you know, if you actually want a campaign to hit, that takes a different sort of creator than someone that's just gonna post and try to get people's attention.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to find out.
Oh, and then it's keywords, and it's, you know, which algorithms you're targeting and networks, and, you know, I mean,
we sound so high tech. There's networks.
We're you know,
there's that's when you don't know what to say to a customer, like buzzwords. You're just like development, strategy, internal process.
It's so much, you know, it's well, that's why you hire people like myself to be able to do all this kind of stuff. You know, I mean, this is what Andrew and I do. We manage data and look at the numbers and you know, what's hitting and what's not, and why it hit and why it didn't. And
oh goodness, I got a whole 3 years of content you can have fun with someday. Blanca, in regards to AI, says it's a whole process. People think that it's just prompts and it's a whole actual checklist. I use it as a starting point because I'm a boomer and my product demographic is entirely different.
Yep, exactly.
And Sheree says it's like taking the blood out of the body, the company, right?
Yeah.
It's so important. Timing is such a bitch, but you have to get your demand generation, your stock, your sell through all planned and interconnected at the same time. And it's like, and add everything else in there.
And then throw in a budget and then make that work.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. And then pretend we're not talking about finances at all. I was just talking about timing.
Yep. Oh, and then by the way, what time do you want to post that particular post on what day?
You know, the research I've done has been like, I guess the algorithm is updated and it's less about the time. And now they're actually looking at the content, maybe. Erica, what day will you be on? Oh, are you talking to the Paradise Girls? They'll be on next week, the 17th. But I'm on every day. Just kidding. I'm a salesperson. The show must go on. What do you think's been the hardest part about launching a company so far? Company and or brand, right? We could talk about both of that.
I think, you know, we picked one of the most expensive nuts to work with. One of the most problematic categories being that it's a nut, so it's automatically a restricted product, being that it's an allergen, a high allergen, right? For us though, it's like, how are we different, right? Like everybody says and claims that they're spicy and that they're this. For us, it's been convincing them that we actually are a product that says what it, you know, does what it says. And, you know, we are spicy. We do have flavor. And
spicy,
you know,
spicy.
Kind of convincing them to try this product is really been the hardest thing. But once they do, I mean, one handful, you're addicted. That's it.
No, it's the I'm having, not to make it about me, but welcome. My name is in the show.
The other thing though, again, has been the name itself. You know, out the bag, you know, out the gate, right? Like you can see it's right there. So you look at that and it's kind of like the adult line, right? Like some
shock value
necessarily show dildos and so forth on their shelf line, right? So they got to have that box turned around. So the name has kind of scared some people because it's so aggressive. But once we've, you know, swoozed them a bit, if you will.
Well, that's CVS. They have the best assortment in as far as like the adult, and I'm not saying best, like, you know, I'm not comparing the product. I'm saying they have the most product slots in kind of like the mainstream for the sexual wellness kind of space, but everything is behind with the pharmacists. You wouldn't even know it's there. So their best customers DoorDash, because people will order it and like have somebody else go get it from behind the counter.
Makes sense.
Blanca, wait, are these the nuts you showed us at Emmy?
I believe
Maybe.
so. Yes. Yeah, we've been working on these for about 2 years now. So I mean, we finished our recipe early last year. So yeah,
these are the nuts. Oh, and so maybe
these are the bags. I don't have my third one right now. I'm out of it. But these
okay, but we were gonna do this later, but it's a good segment to be like, Blanca, if you want to order the nuts, look at it. We got a Tori Tuesday code. So you can get 20% off and support Ryan and Andrew. Right? Super fun. Yeah, we're gonna do the stuff, but we can't control the timing. We're gonna go with the flow. Don't worry, I'll post that again at the end. But also, this is the website. GetFuckingNuts.com. Oh, I guess it's not. It's FKN. So many abbreviations. Do you think there's something you wished anyone had warned you, I guess, outside of like allergies before starting your own company, like truly the buck stops with you kind of situation?
You know, I've been trying to rack my brain about that one, honestly. It's like, I've had a good opportunity to work under like good businessmen and bad businessmen. And so we've had a fantastic opportunity to kind of learn what to do and what not to do. And I've, being in the industry that we were in, we already knew manufacturers and we had connections and all that kind of stuff. So it was a little bit easier for us to go into it, where I can see it being a lot more difficult for the average consumer that wants to come in with a product. White labeling is astronomically expensive. But I don't know, I lost my train of thought there.
No, that's perfect. I love it. This is what would people, what did I even ask you? Oh, what do you wish you knew that you didn't know?
I don't know. Like I knew there was stuff that we were gonna miss, that we weren't gonna know. But I knew not to buy a lot of stuff because I may have to change my bag design. I know, we are a product that does expire, so I don't have thousands of pounds of pistachios. I don't have thousands of pounds of spices. I've kept it small batch. So, like I said, we've been working on this for about 2 years, 2.5 years. And before we were ready to launch, we made sure to really look at every step of the way to make sure we had everything taken care of. So, I don't really think anybody could have really told us anything different, to be honest.
Sorry, always working. It's Micah. No,
you're good. You're
good. Micah. He wants to know if I have a meeting link for Altitude, and I haven't made one yet because. I'm like booking, but I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way and being hard. Okay, I will work on that. Yeah, all the things. I'm proud of you. Not that you needed my opinion or approval, but it's not easy shit to do. I think a lot about like, oh my God, what if everything, like, again, I won the lottery, or, you didn't have your job, you could do whatever you wanted. I'm like, okay, well, what would I actually do? Or would I just like, kind of like baby out? Adriana, you are here. Your comments are going through, and it should show you on the little mini chat down at the bottom, but it won't show you up here until I click on it. It's part of the fun. I have no power, so I can make it with the click of the button, and this is how I will survive.
If I want to keep working it as long as I can. I want to start different businesses. I want to try different industries. Like I said earlier, it's a game for me. So I love doing this stuff. It's,
what game do you imagine? Is it the chessboard that we visualize a lot because of media, or is it something different? I'm just curious. What game are we playing? Are we playing dominoes?
Civilization.
Okay.
Command and conquer, to dominate, to take over.
Okay. So you play as the British Empire?
Yes.
Have you played the Game of Thrones version yet?
No, that doesn't end very well.
I mean, none of it does.
I would probably be. I would be on the side. It wasn't the Targaryens, was it? Was they the ones with the dragons?
Yeah, they had the dragons.
Yeah.
Why is this pocket of my brain working and other things are not? Let's randomly talk about Game of Thrones. Oh, hey, Loretta. She's thankful that this brand is very informative and Ryan's cool. She didn't say that. She really said, thank you for having this brand on, very informative. But I can have dramatic liberty because we love Loretta. Okay. So if I'm a small brand and I have a tiny budget and I'm bootstrapping, where should my company focus on first? Like, okay, we have a tiny budget and we got to get stuff out there, and we're a boomer and an elder millennial. These are our media skills. Go. Actually, I don't even know if Chris is a boomer or not. Question mark.
So obviously it really depends on your market, right? But like if you're in our case, we're hitting grassroots. There's no massive funding behind FKN. It's Andrew and I, right? So it's. Oh
yeah, he sent me a video. He was like packing all damn nuts this morning.
That's right.
I'll post it later.
It's us. So if you've got a big budget, you can waste a lot of money on stupid crap. But if you don't, you don't need to go out there and spend hundreds of dollars on Fiverr and ads and all this other kind of stuff. But depending on what you're doing, if you're launching a new adult store, If you're online only, it's going to be really difficult because of your marketing opportunities. You can't really advertise on social media at all. It is going to change here in the next probably year or so. I do know that obviously industry heads are working with TikTok, Instagram, and so forth to help develop the adult social media so that we can kind of capture that type of industry. But to answer your question, really focus on your social media the best that you can. And just
wait, the product's social media or mine? I mean, what? I'm asking for a friend.
Thing, right? So you can't necessarily advertise that you've got a wand per se, but you can find ways to do it. They're like up for Dre, for example. She's one of my favorite clients out of North Carolina. Yes.
Oh, Drea. So you cut out for a second, right. And then yes, we love Drea.
So Drea, she is constantly on TikTok live, and she in her shop, she's constantly talking about different products that she has in her business, and to draw
attention. You should call her for motivation, huh?
Right. So there are ways that you can still advertise and bring attention to yourselves without advertising that you've got a toy, right? Look at what the top brands are doing and what they're getting away with. Look at their tags that they're doing. But honestly, if you've got a low budget and you need some social media that knows really how am I trying to say this? How to kind of escape around it, use a company called Feedbird. They are fantastic. They work very, very well with the vape and smoke industry. Very inexpensive for small mom and pops, and they post constantly for you. You just have to honestly work with them, and they do phenomenal job at doing what they're doing. Because we use them for the vape and smoke business, and because
which has similar kind of gates of marketing.
That's not what we do. I'm not focused on social media all day, so I don't know that they just changed these laws or this policy or what. It's the responsibility of the social media people to do that, right? So work with a company like Feedbird that's very inexpensive, that will post on your behalf and will generate that type of content. You can send them pictures. You can, just communicate with them, and they'll really help you. But if you are, doing things like you can do like Reddit. I'm not really sure how you can advertise local. That's all city ordinances, and that's very specific to your own cities, right? Like, so that I would never make any recommendations off of that. But what else would there be? Oh, and don't go wasting a ton of money on people. You don't have to. Honestly, there are themes out there. Themeforest.com. Honest to God, themeforest.com. You can go buy templates that are pre-built. You change some colors, you add some pictures, and it's pretty much done for you, right? You need some people to kind of help you along the way, sure, but YouTube University, it's fantastic. So YouTube it. How do I do this? How do I do that? And I promise you, it's out there.
I'll let you know how it goes when I say, how do I not quit my day job but make this more of my day job?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's one of the things. Like, I can't stand watching. I quit a job because a web studio was blatantly ripping off mom and pop struggling, and I couldn't do it. I can't do that. I'm a veteran. I believe in our economy and our blue collars, and I just couldn't do it. So I always want to recommend. That's why I don't own my own design studio, because I've always taught my mom and pops how to do the job, so they didn't have to pay me a $500 retainer.
No, and that's just what feels right to you. Yeah. Life is worth living. You have to deal with yourself at the end of the day, right? You and all your crazy thoughts and your demons, you all go night on your terms. So at the end of it, it's again, life, you got to live your life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And my experience is I come from, because I've built it from scratch. I've worked with WordPress. I've worked with BigCommerce and in Shopify and all these different networks. And I've seen the different industries of marketing, and every one of them is different. you know, and you cannot go from vape and smoke and think that you can do what you did over there and you know, in adult. And I can't sit here and say, well, I can't do X, Y, Z with my snack brand. Well, yes, I can. I can do whatever the hell I want to with mine, but you can't do what I'm doing with yours, you know? So
Yeah.
you really just gotta pay attention. If you don't, and you can get sucked into the wrong thing easily too by, well, we promise that we're going to do this. No, they're not. They're not.
Oh yeah. Look at the scope. The scope is an interesting thing. That's a whole other conversation, right?
Not,
or like knowing when to stop thinking about it, right? Like at some point I'm like, if I keep messing with it, I'm going to make it worse or whatever.
Yep. And so like the adult industry, I would honestly focus on Reddit ads. That industry is you know, where Reddit itself is just pretty open about a lot of things. And you can advertise a lot there. Instagram's obviously a little bit harder, but if you get that blue chip, then, you know, obviously it makes things a little bit easier.
A little bit easier. You might get a person at the end of the day.
But yeah,
oh,
honestly,
Lorette's here.
Just don't go wasting money, guys. You don't need to. You really don't need to. There are templates out there that make things so easy for you, and they're very, very inexpensive.
Kind of like it's okay to start somewhere, or at least that's what I'm trying to like remind myself with this brand, right? Like there's still some things that like, right. Your art is not up to you. It's up to how people will receive it kind of situation. Mm-hmm. So I'm in that, like, it's up to now how everybody's going to receive it. So we're still trying to figure out the best ways to communicate it. So yeah, there's good things about still being able to pivot like that, but also, oh my God, it's exhausting.
It is. And then depending on what type of company you are, if you pick the wrong type of software, you're in a bad spot.
Oh yeah, because then you're stuck with it for forever and ever and ever.
I will tell you up and down to stay the hell away from Sin 7. That sucks.
I thought you might say something like Salesforce or NetSuite.
Yeah.
Oracle. Stay away from the Oracle.
Salesforce is expensive for a reason. Like it's like Magento. Magento used to be a $25,000 license for the standard license.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was the platform to build e-commerce on, and then BigCommerce and Shopify launched, making it significantly easier.
Well, it's out of date now, but you know, there's $500 in my Salesforce certification. I'll never see again.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let's do the fun, like rapid fire questions, and then I have to let you go because also the family will be home, and I have to switch into mom mode and feed them.
Boo.
Yeah, you know, the little heathens. They need sustenance. Lorette says good software is important. Preach.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the weirdest product idea that came up during brainstorming?
Oh, we had this octopus looking thing that had like these dangly balls that we were gonna kind of do, and it was
like a little dangly sensory situation.
Yeah, it was like an anal plug. Each strand had its own vibrating bead, and it was kind of like a massager, but it was also like, it was just, I don't know, it was very
trying to reach that, like the mushroom crowd. A lot of those
adding it to the wildlife collection that PRV offers, just making it like a squid. But I don't know why we were trying to do that.
Right, so you're looking for something different sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You always learn something, right? If FKN Nuts, right? If you had a mascot, who or what would it be?
So the mascot's actually a skull already.
Oh, I thought that was the logo, not necessarily the mascot.
So it is, but
see, you're learning.
To have something more appropriate for like a trade show, I would probably say a giant pistachio. I've
pistachio.
Black pistachio with like a neon green nut.
Oh, that'd be so fun. And then the back is painted just like in graffiti, like nuts.
That would be cool.
Right? Yeah. Ooh, my sister-in-law could probably do it for you. She likes to do all this like fun, like graffiti, abstract kind of art stuff. It's cool.
Check this out.
Yeah. Ooh, skateboard bottom?
Yeah, one of our
your deck? That's hot.
So
Lorette's in. She says this sounds fun. She now wants the life-size pistachio. Make it happen. Make it so. Okay, what's what's the most chaotic part of your startup life so far?
What's the most what?
Like, what's the most chaotic part? What's the part that's like, oh my God, so all over the place?
To be honest,
your startup life right now.
Trying to, to be honest, trying to stay completely humble. It's been our growth. We've once we got laid off, and like I said, we made some calls, and then these calls led to some pretty serious discussions, and these discussions led to some really nice deals, and these deals are just like, oh my God. So now it's like, okay, we need to grow quick. We need to do this. We need to do that. I need, X, Y, Z. So it's really just the growth, and the biggest thing is like, we know how to do it, but it's having that capital, right? The hardest thing, because we're a new brand, we're a snack. It's very difficult for people to and want to invest into us because we're new. So, which is changing very quickly.
Right. Yeah. Part of it is just like the algorithm, except I keep asking everybody, I'm like, do I have to post every day? And the answer seems to be yes. You do have to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
outside of, nobody's been able to tell me no. And so I figured you're going to tell me the same thing and I'm going to cry about it.
So you can sit here and spend a couple hours doing content and then schedule it out, like schedule a day of filming. And then, if you're doing different segments, spend it all like Saturday and record all your stuff. And then schedule your 5 hours out that week.
I know, and I even have this stuff, and sometimes I'm good about it, but like I can't keep my priorities straight anymore. We
also need to get you as an intro screen. We need to get you the timer countdown so people can start saying, "Oh shit, Tori's about to be getting on. We need to call people."
The bell. I have to do something.
And then we come in here and we're like, Tori, and we're good.
Lorette likes the logo, and she is now demanding from Matthew, her boss, her own mascot. So she wants one now.
Scott,
Matthew,
you're awesome, man. Love you, bro.
So. Oh, Scott's here. Hi, Scott. This product is fire. Fire roasted nuts, and he says fire. Yay, puns make me happy.
Okay, so before we do go, I do have to say, since you're going to be at altitude, right?
Yes.
We're exclusive with Doc Johnson for the adult industry. And so Doc Johnson is going to be announcing us or having us at altitude.
Oh my goodness. Look at all these fun announcements.
So
we got a discount code.
I appreciate you, Mr. Scott Watkins, for making that happen for us. I appreciate that. We will not let you down, sir. But it's really an honor. We've had to, really make sure that it's something that you guys want. That's really it. And that was the hardest thing. We kind of skipped over that question, but it's important. When you're starting a business, you need to not just think of some cool product, right? Everybody comes up with a cool product. You need to find a solution to a problem. All right.
That's at least my selling 101, right? I'm not selling. I'm a problem solver, technically.
So, right. So in Paradise's example, right? Wands are saturated. Well, you guys came out with an LED wand and made it completely unique and changeable and everything else. So
because you keep talking about her, I'll just have her show up occasionally.
Whereas, for us, the snack industry is just so saturated, right? With, and I can't name drop anything, of course, but you've got these boring, bland, half empty bags of nonsense that don't taste like crap. So you bring something in like us where we actually do have flavor, we actually do have a little heat, and we're not like, oh my God, I'm dying here. It's a good general product. We solved a problem.
Right. The variety is the spice of life.
Exactly. And they want flavor, they want heat, but they don't want to. I love hot stuff, but I can't do the one chip challenge. It's going to mess my stomach up, So we came out with a good general product. You got the good flavor, and the burn lasts for a little bit and it goes away. And then you're addicted because you are.
Because we're humans.
Because you're human.
Our brains are susceptible to that.
It's a good product. I put good, healthy ingredients in here. We use avocado oil. We use avocado at home. Ryan loves it. Ryan. We put a lot of time and effort into this to make sure that we were giving the consumer something they deserve. And I think we did that. I really do. I would not stand behind something so honest without truly believing in it. And it's not just because it's mine, but because I like I said, I can't rip somebody off. I can't do it.
Well, yeah, isn't that like, I don't know, not to get all like political, but like, I don't know, business capitalism 101 is, you know, find a market, but like do it your way then, right? You can't just
like
do
I said,
what's different then. Yeah.
I have had the opportunity to watch the adult industry do business, and I have had the opportunity to watch the smoke industry do business. And I can tell you that I want nothing to do with the smoke side of business. You know,
I'm glad you didn't get on here and say you want nothing to do with us. I'd be like, great.
And
there goes my audience.
Look, I think that goes just to how it is, right? If you're a shady person,
you're gonna have shady work.
Yeah. And I'm just not about that. I'm not gonna ask somebody to pay $11.95 for my product and give you a crap ass product. I stand behind what this is. And if I didn't, then I'd sell it for fucking $5. You know what I mean? because
I'm sure if
competition out of the water at that price too.
If we could all live on just different means, then yeah, sure. I'd love to help everybody and do all the things. But unfortunately, I don't get to live in the dragon world. Only sometimes. Must provide for the small ones, right? That's awesome.
Like one of my favorite things so far about what I've enjoyed, and I know you gotta get going here soon, but
this is fine. They haven't walked in yet. The dogs will tell us.
Perfect. I've enjoyed really talking with our community. You know, we've been doing our own posting in social media, and people responded, and we've had a bunch of influencers reach out, and they've really gotten very excited about it. And you know, I look at all these small influencers, and those are the people that I want to work with, because those are the guys that are hungry. They're not tainted by, you know, all this success already. That I'm this.
Oh, here's my product post, and I will do this many stories, and da 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 da.
You know, like I said earlier, you know, Andrew and I, this is all us. So it is make it or break it. And if you don't have that same type of mindset of hustle and grind, then you and I just aren't on the same level, and I got nothing to do with you. So
if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Exactly. That's exactly
it. Nuts are spicy.
That's right. I got some
spicy. But not too spicy. Not too spicy. No. Okay. Going a little bit spicy. Okay. So what's the first thing you're gonna do when the company like hits, and let's say it's like whatever, the first million something, your first huge success, or you go viral or whatever, besides sponsoring all the trade shows, because now we must have snacks.
Personally or for the company?
Both. Yes. It's the open platform.
So I know FKN, we're going to do a lot of charity work.
That's so awesome.
We definitely want to, invest in some programs. We want to find a way to kind of change up some things. You know, maybe there's something down the line where we can work with schools. Even if we have to clean the name up a little bit to make it more friendly, but I would love to be able to do something that we can kind of impact the community or local community or something. You know, I'm a veteran, so I'm just passionate about helping veterans. Andrew's got his own passions and so forth that he wants to. Like, obviously with fucking nuts, we're gonna have to do some type of nut cancer. That's a given, right?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you where to be charitable, but the jokes write themselves. Just saying.
Oh, of course. You know, and that's part of it. Is we've got this fantastic brand that we can really have a lot of fun with, and we can do something with, both aggressively market wise and kind of stand out there, but we can playfully have fun with it and still use an aggressive word, but be proper. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe it's not aggressive, it's assertive.
There you go. Exactly.
There you go. Marketing. I'll make a new word.
Personally, I'm going to take care of those who have taken care of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure my mom and dad are taken care of, you know, and then my daughter I've got a 6-month-old grandbaby. So, you know that I've almost died twice in the last couple of years. So
yeah, that part. Let's not stress them out too much.
No, I'm loving life. Life's good.
Right? Life's worth living. Back to the topics. Look at that. It's almost like I planned things.
You know, I want to make sure that my family's set. And I've got some friends that I want to, you know, that worked real hard and that just had a hard break and have, that needs some extra help. And so for me, it's really giving back. I want to be able to, again, just kind of pay it forward any way I possibly can. I don't know
that
if
rocks.
donate millions or build a community or anything like that. I just want to be able to feel like I'm giving back, to I don't know, some way, somehow.
Your answer is much better than mine. I'd be like, I would just be a book talker. You're like, I would like to charity. And I'm like, well, that also rocks too.
Well, you could, people can sit here and say that I'm full of shit. I'm going to go buy this. And I don't care about fancy cars. I don't care about fancy houses. I have friends with all that shit. Doesn't make them any happier. So you still got to get up every day and be in human, right? You still got to eat and all that stuff. Look, you're stressed when you don't have money, and you're stressed when you do, because you're trying to figure out how to make it, or you're trying to figure out how to keep it. So I like
sales. I'm either worried about acquiring the space, or I'm worried about maintaining it.
Yep.
So many cycles today. Oh, I just want to make sure you saw that Adriana wants to try some nuts. And I know that I should have said it funnier. She wants to try your nuts. And I know you have a call with her boss, Matthew, scheduled. So Adriana, if you missed that part of the episode, we might be able to make magic happen here. I don't know.
Do you guys still have a bunch of stock at the office? No, you don't go to the office, do you?
Me? No. I go to the office occasionally, mostly to babysit Chris's dogs before a trade show.
Do you work at the office?
Adriana, are you at the office? Are you at the store? Which store are you at? Yeah, Lorette just wants to live comfortable. I hear you there, but then I'm also like, what is comfortable?
Look, I got
need for crazy things. The bare minimum is all I want and need. Fair. I get that.
I got a buddy of mine who owns a insane amount of property out here in Texas, and I absolutely love his land, but if I could pull off 5-10 acres and just live peacefully and quiet, 30 minutes outside of town where I can go buy some milk, I'm golden. I'll be happy. That's all I need.
I feel like I live there right now, and there's half of me that loves it, and then the other half is like, oh my God, I'm a princess in a tower, and I'm just waiting for people to come home so I have something else to look at. Who's the bigger perfectionist, you or Andrew?
Ooh,
because I'm just curious. Oh, and Adriana says that she's at the Paradise Glass.
Oh, okay. It really depends, honestly. I would say that, when it comes to obviously the design of things, it's definitely Andrew, hands down. It's all his vision. It's his name. Like, he came up with FKN. I originally came up with a candy company that we're going to launch after this, but FKN was the better brand. It was the better, product to invest into at the time. So the name is 100% Andrew's, by the way. And but he's definitely the perfectionist. It's everything's his vision, but he really is a genius when it comes to the graphics. And but when it comes to like the code and operations, it's me. Like, I'm very meticulous of how I want this done. I want it to look a certain way. It needs to read a certain way. It needs to.
You've got like the engineering perfectionist and the creative perfectionist.
So like the layout of our website is all me. It's what I wanted, and the design of it all and how it looks and the colors is pretty much how Angie wanted it. So
I'm so glad you guys already knew you could work well together and all this stuff. That's great.
Oh yeah, it's we're two peas in a pod.
Yeah, you don't always get partners like that. So that
rocks. I'm very fortunate, very, very fortunate to work with him and over the last couple of years. And, I love hanging out with his kids. They love helping us out. And they're probably going to be up here this weekend. We've got some huge numbers to produce here.
Yes, family labor.
And
how many gift bags have I made my family stuff?
We don't have to pay them. So, yeah. It's cheap and it's free. And right now that's what we need. So,
and they get off their screens. Look at that.
They're actually fighting over who can design content for our Instagram right now, which is fantastic.
Oh, no way. That rocks.
Yeah. So, but he's definitely, I would say he's probably more of a perfectionist than I am.
That's fair. Okay. Group, audience, Oh wait, what did I decide we were going to call you guys? The audience? Oh, the
Illuminators.
illuminators, like
Right.
Tori in there too. So yes, thank you for coming, illuminators. Ryan, thank you so much for coming and teaching us things and catching everybody up. And now this means we'll see you at altitude. That's like in 2 weeks, yo.
I unfortunately, due to the timing of things and just how things played out, we won't be at altitude unless some things happen. But we will be appearing.
Your brand is going to be.
Yes, our brand will be there. You will be able to try us there if you're there. If not, use Tori Tuesdays. You get 20% off, free shipping.
Oh yeah, look, we got a code. I'll bring it up again.
And definitely take care of you guys there. If you're interested, talk with Mr. Scott there. Scott will take you guys for your shop. And I'm telling you guys, it's a nice little attention grabber. You definitely get to play with them. You get to play with my nuts.
To play with your nuts. Normalize playing with your nuts.
They're good. They're packed full. They stand out on the shelves, and they're honest to God. I wish I could really
and they're not crap.
more about them, but they're really good. I promise you.
Adriana says she needs Matt to bring some back because apparently he ate them all.
Matt. Okay, look. The last time I was
Matt, I got you a 20% off code.
Yeah, Matt ate us out of stock. He ate our entire stock that we brought to the show. He just would. He engulfed them. See.
I didn't know Matthew could eat all of that. I'm glad. Well, he's vegan, so he has to live on nuts and grains.
That's true. And
hey, you heard it from a vegan. These are good. They're the pickiest.
Andrew was like, "Do we have any left?" I was like, "No."
I
ate them all, dude. He's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, Matt ate them all." But no.
Lorette likes my jokes. I love normalizing playing with your nuts. Matt loves his nuts. Oh goodness. See, the jokes write themselves and I couldn't be happier.
We're going to come out with some cool swag here soon. We gotta, do you remember seeing the Long John Johnson t-shirts and stuff? They used to be back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 2000s at the beach. They may still be at the beach stores.
Oh my God. Sorry. They're still coming. Look at this.
I kind of want that. I kind of want to do that same type of vibe, playful but not.
Playful but not. Yes, I hear you. Where you're like, it's kind of cheeky almost, right? Like back to the funness of words. Okay, but look, this is how fun our people are. We've got Jeff saying he wants to try your nuts. Lorette says that Matthew swallows them whole. And Matthew says, "Love your nuts, bro." I'm like, dude, see, it writes itself. Thank you, really audience. Or wait, what did Matthew say? The illuminatories. That's a little harder, but it's almost there. Almost there. I have to figure out how to say that. Before we wrap up, tell everybody where they can find you and where else to check out the FKN Nuts and how to bug you. For the cheap seats in the back.
For the cheap seats in the back. All right. So if you want to carry us, you can check out Doc Johnson. We just signed the exclusive deal with them, so they are our adult contact to the to the adult network there. As far as where you can get them right now, I don't know if I can announce the other one, but we're going into a major retailer here in the next couple of weeks, and we just signed another deal to where we're going into 23 different states. So you can get us right now online at getfknnuts.com. Use Tori Tuesdays to get 20% off. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, just let me know. Hit me up. At the same time, if you guys have any questions about web stuff, I have no problem, consulting for free at all. I love helping out the little guys. I just want you guys to succeed. So
you have to pass this vibes test. I'd say that could be pretty hard.
Yeah, gotta be on my level.
You gotta pass the vibes test. I did that one time with my boss. I'm like, I just need a vibe check. He was like, what? Matthew, you're concerned. I'm concerned because apparently we're cupped gently and licking seasoning and swallowing. So, let's roll with the cheeky vibes. If you guys just tuned in and you would like to see the other fantastic things we spoke about, this is going to post right now on the YouTube, which is, I had that here somewhere. And then, I'll get all my tickers together. But Tuesdays with Tori Tia. here we go. That's going to be on YouTube. Instagram doesn't keep the things. I haven't figured out why. But you should be able to find it on my Facebook too. If you've got questions, you want to be on the show, you want me to do some research with somebody on the show, this is for us guys, because I will go crazy otherwise. And I have no coworkers at home, and maybe we cannot feel so alone and bother more people like Ryan and have fun with it. So we'll be back next Tuesday with, if you missed it, I've got the Paradise Gals. Isn't that just like fitting? Rem and Adriana coming to the show. So we're going to get to talk like retail lens. So I'm really excited. So, hey, just remember, in business and in bed, a little protection and a lot of good conversation can save everybody a whole lot of trouble. I'll see you all next Tuesday. Why I'm shaking my finger, I don't know.
Or me.